Welcome back, everybody. We're here in Canada at the wonderful Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to come out fastest of all in the next hour? Yes, it's time for qualifying.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode. We are carrying on at Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix on this purpose-built island. If you haven't seen the last instalment, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. Also, if you are new here or you've missed a few instalments, you can go and catch up on the playlist that is on my channel, F1 24 career mode. Every instalment is there, including my F2 season before I got to F1. So if you want to check that out again, feel free to do so. Right, Fernando Alonso tops the timesheets in Q1, doing a great job. Leclerc is third, Hamilton second, but we weren't very quick at all, so I was struggling for pace a little bit. I'm hoping that hasn't carried over into Q2, but we will see the second sector now, and we're 3 tenths down on Pierre Gasly, so really just not able to hook it up over one lap at the moment. I'm hoping though, with draining the battery on this straight, we can gain a couple of temps. Let's see what we do then as we head towards the end of the straight. The chicane here, bang bang, hit the curbs nicely and sprint to the line. What's it gonna be? It's P11. It is just not enough, so we are going to have to go again, and we do go again. We have found 3 tenths, and as we hit the final chicane, we also hit the wall of champions! Oh no, that is a disaster for our qualifying. We still improve by a tenth and move up into 10th, but in the end it's simply not good enough. You know, we really lost quite a bit of time there, making that mistake, clamping the wall. Without that, I feel like we could have been between Sainz and Leclerc, maybe even where Hamilton is, but it is what it is. We got it all to do in the race.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to the variant of this track back in 1978, and it was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Sainz, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Sunshine, Albon, Behrman, Joe, Perez, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Théo Pourchaire, Gasly, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
35 laps ahead of us in this Canadian Grand Prix. What will unfold? Can we move forward from this position? We are underway for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's an okay start. Let's see if we can jump Hülkenberg. Tsunoda's got away well. He's jumped Stroll and Verstappen. We're having a look down the inside of Hülkenberg, but there's nowhere to go there. Let's try and take the outside. Is there a way through? No. So we hold position. Albon was having a look, as was Behrman, but nothing in doing in that. We hold on to P11, and I'm trying to find a way past Nico Hülkenberg, but again, there is no way to do that. Down the inside, can we get through this time? Answer, yes, we are ahead of Hülkenberg, and now Stroll is dead ahead of us, as is Verstappen. So we have gained a place on this opening lap, which is good news for us. And the one thing we found is that the race pace is significantly stronger than that of our qualifying pace. So let's see where we are at the end of the first lap. George Russell leading the way. Hamilton sets the fastest lap though. It's Mercedes 1-2 out front. Meanwhile, we're in P10, stuck behind Lance Stroll. No way through there in this early stage. And I feel like we're just going to have to bide our time a little bit, because unfortunately we do find ourselves in a bit of a DRS train, and DRS trains are very difficult to make your way forwards from. Getting ready to attack Lance Stroll here. Verstappen also there, using all of our battery down the straight, or what little of our battery we have left. Is there a move here? No, we're nowhere near Stroll. That would just be silliness. However, we've got a nice little run out of the chicane. Behrman and Hulkenberg are still fighting each other. But is there a way past Stroll here? No, we're not quite close enough yet. And again, we're just having to bide our time a little bit in this DRS train and wait for a driver to get backed up trying it. Stroll getting a little bit sideways out of the corner there, but doesn't really lose anything there. And this is our best shot to do it down the inside of the hairpin. Catch Stroll napping a little bit, and that's exactly what we've done. And we have moved up into P9. You see it here now. We just caught Stroll napping a little bit there. And it was a late decision to go for the move, but as soon as I saw the opportunity, I wasn't going to miss it. Right, now we're on the back of Max Verstappen for P8. Sainz and Tsunoda are having their little battle. I was thinking about it with Max, but I decided to back out. Now we're going around the outside there. No way through there, but Sainz and Tsunoda still having their battle, but I think Tsunoda has won out of that one for now. And Sainz and Verstappen, Verstappen's looking to capitalise on Sainz getting backed up a bit. I'm having a look at Verstappen round the outside here. That can work sometimes, but that's not worked on this occasion. And Stroll gets the position back, annoyingly, after going across the grass. And now we've got it all to do all over again on Lance Stroll. But hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult. Here we go now. We're going to try and go around the outside of the chicane. Boom, boom, job done. Back up into P9, and let's see how quickly we can catch up with Verstappen, Sainz and Tsunoda, who are battling for 6. And then the front 5 are all in their own little train. So there's 2 trains going on here. There's this train, then there's the train in front, and then there's another train which is being headed by Oliver Behrman in the Red Bull. So he's heading another train, and we're now getting ever closer to Max Verstappen and getting ready to have another attempt on the 3-time world champion, soon to be 4-time world champion. Well, 3-time champion as of the time we record this video, but that could all change. Who knows? Anyway, we're now having a look at Verstappen. He goes to cover, but he defended quite early there, and that, if anything, was what allowed us a chance to get into P8. So Verstappen defending that a bit too early gave us an opportunity, and now it's Tsunoda and Sainz up ahead. They're having their own little battle in this Grand Prix, and I'm just going to settle in for a couple of laps and again await an opportunity. Lap 10, Tsunoda has been passed by Sainz, and now this could be a chance as we head into the chicane. As long as we stay really close to Tsunoda, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to have a go into turn 1. But he's had some decent momentum. I'm quite late on the brakes there. I have a look, but nothing in doing there. And Sainz has actually now got a couple of seconds clear, which means Tsunoda no longer has DRS, which means we are quite beneficiary of it. And we sweep round the outside and get that move done. We're now up into P7, starting to catch Carlos Sainz. We're about a third of the way through this Canadian Grand Prix. And for the first time, we've got clear air. And we saw in Monaco just how strong the pace was in clear air. So I wonder if it's going to be the same here. Right, lap 14, and we are all over the back of Carlos Sainz. But we're just biding our time again a little bit, waiting for the main straight to have a go. He hasn't got anyone directly in front of him, so again, it will be a case of he won't have DRS. We'll have it, so the advantage at this stage rests with us as we get ever closer to the Spaniard in the Sauber. And now we're going to have a nice little run down the straight, and I do think it's a case of when over if, because we're clearly faster than the green and black kick Sauber. Having a look down the inside, Sainz covers, switching over, and that's, I tell you what, that was a tough move there. Sainz moving quite late, and we had to go across, and we did make a little bit of contact, but we have got up to P6, and it was quite an aggressive move, but we've made it work. Now we've got 8 seconds worth of clear track. Can we catch Norris and Alonso and co? I think Leclerc and the 2 Mercedes are the other cars there. We're now pulling into the pits to take our one and only stop and get onto hard tyres. Hopefully there's no drama in this stop, and there isn't. That is a perfect pit stop. Nothing going wrong there at all. Though it does look like we are going to rejoin in some traffic. We're going to rejoin behind Porsche, Ocon and Piastri. Whatever happened to Piastri? Like, where's he been all race? I think he's been behind us. I haven't actually seen anything of him, so well, he must have been behind us all race. Anyway, we're now getting straight after Porsche and kissing the barrier a little bit there. That'll do us no harm whatsoever, but we want to be careful how close we're getting to the barrier, as now we close up to Théo Porsche and we're setting a purple final sector. So finally in clear air we are showing some pace, and we're 2 seconds behind Norris, so we have got a cheeky bit of an undercut in the respect of catching the gap just a little bit, and our race pace is just, it's really, really fast. Verstappen still stuck behind Tsunoda in P8, so it's not really a good race for Max, but we have now caught up with Lando Norris, who's fallen back away from the battle for the lead. So he's fallen away a little bit from this train, and we're now getting after him, getting stuck in for this battle for fourth. Lando gets a great exit from the hairpin, so I think we're going to have to wait it out just a little bit. I don't think we're getting it done this time. We're getting closer, but we're just not close enough. However, if we can hook it up out of the chicane, which is what we've done, use overtake, get alongside him, we're side by side on the pit straight, setting a fastest lap, diving down the inside and taking P4 from Lando Norris. Next up now is our teammate Charles Leclerc, then it's Fernando Alonso, and then it's the 2 Mercedes who are going very nicely here, but it doesn't look like anybody is getting past them. Look at this train, we got 4 cars in front of us, and Lando Norris, I think, just about getting ready to join this train. Verstappen is 11 seconds away, so I don't think he will be joining. Look how close we get to Charles Leclerc at the hairpin. Hopefully Charles doesn't make this too hard for us, as like I say, we are in a championship fight. There's a yellow flag behind, I'm not sure who that's for, but someone's had a moment there, and now we head through the chicane, get onto the rear of Charles Leclerc. It's Lance Stroll that's out of the race, disappointment at home. We set another fastest lap, we go down the inside of Leclerc, but Leclerc is holding it. Leclerc not willing to give up P4, and he is fighting for it. There's Lance Stroll pulling to the side. His day is over, and I would have thought that would at least be a virtual safety car, given where the car is. It's at quite a high speed part of the circuit, and Alonso's got a penalty. What on earth does Alonso have a penalty for? I haven't seen him do anything wrong, but the game has decided Alonso has a 10-second penalty, and I'm applying the pressure to teammate Charles Leclerc. 10 laps to go now, and that's Max Verstappen pulling off. Max Verstappen is out of the Canadian Grand Prix, and that's unfortunate for him. The Red Bull pulling off, and that gives Tsunoda P7, but now we're having a look at Leclerc. He goes to cover the inside. We're going to go around the outside of the hairpin and take P4 away from our teammate. Leclerc not willing to give it up, so we went the long way round, went wheel to wheel with Leclerc and got that done. Next up is Fernando Alonso in P3. There is Alonso, and we kiss the barrier again. Need to stop doing that. Diving down the inside and taking P3 from Fernando Alonso. That is a good move. And now we start applying the pressure to the 2 Mercedes in front. And we've only got several laps to go, but it was crucial that we got that move done on Fernando Alonso as quickly as possible so that we could apply the pressure to the Mercedes. Lap 29, just 7 to go. And Charles Leclerc now has a 10-second penalty. What has he done? What has Alonso done? Why do they... I don't understand. I'll look at this one later, but Leclerc and Alonso have penalties, and that's going to affect their results in this race. I can't see it affecting them too much, however. They'll lose a place to Lando Norris, but there's a long way behind to Yuki Tsunoda, so I think the only place they really lose is to Lando Norris. The two Mercedes are getting ready to fight each other here. Look how close Russell is to Hamilton. Hamilton is defending as Russell going round the outside. They're going to go side by side into turn one. The two Mercedes for the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix, and Russell is fighting this one. Hamilton on the outside, Russell on the inside, still side by side as we head into the right-hander, and Russell gets the place. Hamilton was backed up, and we were able to capitalise on that as we are now P2 and applying pressure to George Russell. Remember, we started in P12 and now we're up to P2, putting pressure on the Grand Prix leader. Lap 33 out of 35. We're looking to attack here. Russell defends. Down the inside we go. And that's a bit of a questionable one, but we've got the move done nonetheless. And I think that was legal. Lap 34. We've locked up and gone wide. We've gone too wide. Missing the braking spot. I now rejoin. Russell retakes the lead. And Hamilton not able to take second. But we just broke so late and locked up and missed the braking spot. And that now leaves us with catching George Russell all over again. It's the final lap. We're only going to get one more chance to do it. Russell looking poised to win this Canadian Grand Prix after our mistake. But we've got one more DRS straight and we've saved up what we can of the battery. We're attacking now. We're getting closer. Closer, closer. We're going to have a look down the inside of Russell. We've caught him napping down the inside of the final chicane on the last lap. And we take the lead from George Russell and our third win of the season. Come on.
Thanks all the haters. This one's for you.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
That's it for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take a sublime victory here today.
It's one thing to put fast laps together, but to make these moves stick without losing too much time, that's real racecraft.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
From P12 to victory, the race pace of this car is incredible at the moment. It looked as if we'd lost it on the penultimate lap, but then we took it at the last corner, catching George Russell napping, taking a fastest lap as well, 26 points and a third win of the season. Russell gets second, Hamilton gets third, Norris gets fourth, Alonso and Leclerc with their penalties dropped to fifth and sixth, and then it's Tsunoda, Sainz, Behrman and Zhou grabbing the final points of the day. Well, that was an insane last couple of laps, wasn't it? But the race pace of the car really felt good as soon as we got into clear air, and, well, the championship gap with Verstappen failing to finish now goes up to 60 points, with George Russell 62 points behind and Charles Leclerc 65 points behind. We are smashing it at the moment, and it's just not looking like championship-wise we've even got a challenge. So all looking very good at the moment, but if we are top of the R&D chart and we lose an upgrade, that could change things very quickly. But still looking good for us. And in the Constructors' Championship, you'll see that we're still leading the way, and it's going very nicely. Mercedes is second, McLaren third, and Red Bull and Aston Martin fourth and fifth. Well, thank you so much for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I have been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon.